Nature is filled with many secrets despite all the great discoveries and inventions. It was she who gave us the ability to enjoy life, savor every moment of it, be happy, love, and be loved, as well as experience a huge number of other emotions. However, there is another side of the coin: diseases, the number of which is incomparably greater than our joys. The list of the most common diseases includes cancer, dermatitis, asthma, bronchitis, gastritis, migraines, cardiovascular diseases, pancreatitis, ovarian cysts, fibroids, diabetes, cystitis, nephritis, and a huge number of other diseases that do not allow us to live peacefully, bringing suffering, disappointment, bitterness, loss into our lives. A healthy person does not notice how he breathes, but a patient, for example, with chronic bronchitis, who has tried all possible methods of treatment and has visited all famous doctors, will experience great joy and happiness if suddenly her breathing becomes effortless, or while running she will not suffocate. Millions of people whose body cannot function normally want to experience the same joy. Conventional management of chronic diseases often has its limits, which is why many scientists turned towards researching the secrets of nature that would help people become healthy. Bioresonance therapy has become a breakthrough. Although many call it a miracle, it is entirely based on a scientific understanding of the structure of the world. Based on biophysics, each body consists of molecules, which in turn consist of smaller charged particles, revolving around the nucleus of the molecule. So, the principle of the operation of bioresonance therapy devices is to take readings of the vibrations of these molecules and influence these vibrations, so that the vibrations of a person become stronger and can more effectively eliminate parasites, viruses, and other harmful influences in our body. The very history of the emergence of this therapy can be briefly described as the desire to help people get rid of disease, the love of life, and the rejection from pharmaceutical companies. Bioresonance therapy has its roots in the early 20th century, when the great Russian scientist Alexander Gavrilovich Gurevich discovered that every multicellular organism has an electromagnetic field generated by single cells. The legendary founder of bioresonance therapy was Dr. Royal Rife. Rife was a man of genius, which allowed him to create a microscope with an unprecedented magnification of 61,000 times. The microscope helped to determine at what frequency of electromagnetic radiation the molecules of the patient and his disease vibrate. Over the course of several years, a summary table of frequencies was created that would be detrimental to certain pathogens. Despite the fact that Dr. Rife's method of treatment proved to be effective, it was quickly forgotten thanks to the efforts of pharmaceutical companies, who realized the threat posed by an innovative method of treatment. Rife himself turned into an alcoholic, the microscope was disabled, and the method was prohibited. However, like everything genius and truly necessary for mankind, this innovation has not faded into oblivion. Bioresonance therapy has been reappearing in different places globally, each time reconfirming their scientific validity. In the 1940s, Professor Burr from Yale University, along with biologists and other scientists, conducted a study, as a result of which it was found that all living organisms have an electric field, and therefore a magnetic field is inherently more complex. This was followed by the developments of Reinhold Foy, whose discoveries were based on the knowledge of Chinese acupuncture. After numerous experiments, Foyle discovered that there are points on the human skin on which the number of nerve endings and the electrical potential of the skin are much higher than normal values. Thus, electroacupuncture was born. In 1975, physicist F.A. Popp in Germany proved that all biological processes in the body are initiated by electromagnetic and photonic interaction of cells. This interaction allows communication between cells to occur long before neurotransmitters or hormones arrive from one cell to another. Further foundations of bioresonance therapy were laid in 1977, when German scientist Franz Morel and designer Erich Rasch founded Mora Therapy. The first receiver and transmitter of electromagnetic waves was Akkutest BRT, which healed many people of illnesses. Hans Brüggemann, a colleague of Morel, took things a significant step further in 1987 by computerizing and automating the operation. During the marketing of his new device called Become, he coined the term bioresonance. In 1976, Paul Schmidt, a great German engineer who held 300 commercial patents and was awarded the Order of Federal Republic of Germany, started studying various types of frequencies and their effects on the human body. For many years, Schmidt carried out experiments on humans, plants, and animals using a frequency generator to discover how best to achieve harmonization. His findings led him to develop his resonator, the Senatron, which users call the Wonder Box. The Senatron is still the centerpiece of modern Ryonex bioresonance devices. The world then became aware of Gatowski, who created new bioresonance devices in the 80s. Mini Expert D diagnoses diseases through analyzing electromagnetic signals of a person, while Imedis BRT and Mini Expert DT are therapeutic devices. Gatowski was the director of Imedis Center, which stands for Intellectual Medical Systems. In 1992, under the leadership of Sergei Petrovich Konoplev, a member of the Russian Academy of Natural Sciences, bioresonance therapy of the DETA series emerged. At the moment, these devices are still being distributed, and the technology is recognized in many countries. For more than 30 years, bioresonance therapy has been successfully used in Germany to treat a huge number of diseases and addictions. It should be mentioned that due to the complex structure of a body, which modern science hasn't yet understood, the effectiveness of bioresonance therapy has not reached 100%. Perhaps the time will come when humanity will be able to achieve such a deep understanding of nature so that we can completely forget about diseases and medicine. All bioresonance devices aim to achieve the same goal, that is to bring the body's electromagnetic vibrations back in tune, though they often have different designs. These can be huge devices in which a person can completely fit, and relatively small units with complicated controls which only a specialist can operate, as well as small pump-sized convenient machines which can be used on the go. What is bioresonance? The easiest way to explain bioresonance is with an example from nature. Our sunlight. If sunlight gets on our skin gets tanned. The reason for this is not the warming of the skin, otherwise we would be tanned in a sauna. Ultraviolet ray in sunlight does the job. With a wavelength of 10 to 400 nanometers, this corresponds to a frequency of 1500 to 750 terahertz. It stimulates pigment formation. Among other complex regulatory systems within our skin, melanin production is activated at the frequency of sunlight. Here are other benefits of sunlight vibrations. Finally, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.